Welcome to Three Nerds and a Stack of Comic Books, your leading interracial, intergenerational pop culture podcast, brought to you by G-Dubs, Ryu, and Zord Base Commander. Whether you're watching us from Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook, welcome. And to all our viewers who have been put out on Pornhub by us getting torn down like every other unverified artist on there, we are working diligently to get verified. So your cleanup podcast will return shortly. I have a couple thoughts that I'd like to start this one off with. One, you know, it would be fucked up, Paul.
What's that?
Shot putting a toddler, but you have to. That kid would go far.
Now the question is, how do you hold it? Do you hold it by the ankles, the head, the waist? I think with the waist you can get a good grip.
You just hold him by the back. You hold him by the back.
You gotta support them where their weight is.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah,
hey, that kid would fucking go far, man.
You really would, man. You could lob that kid, man. I mean, I'm talking like at least the football fields away.
Oh, exactly. And you know what? Some kids don't go that far, you know?
No.
Others do, like Eric Clapton.
In life.
Okay.
Wow.
When you wake up in the morning and you need to get going, just go ahead and pluck a ball hair out. It's not a bump of coke when the rooster crows or ketamine on your cornflakes, but it's 0 calories and it gets you going, boys. That's all I had.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the running gag in this fucking podcast.
What did I just say? I wrote these things down.
You wrote them down and not even you know what they mean?
That was beautiful.
No, I know what they mean. How do I think of these things? The real answer is the baby Yoda and psilocybin I ate last night, but I mean...
Yeah.
So, fucking GW's over here cracking these jokes. I can't even with him.
Cannot even.
I cannot even.
Can't even with this kid.
I can't even now. So the running gag of Pornhub on our channel, on this podcast, was almost realized recently, as we uploaded our first 3 videos to it, or at least I hope we did. I only saw one because GW is a slack fucker. Anyway, okay, so
Academia.
2 got up there, and recently Pornhub pulled down all unverified videos. That includes anything, any kind of creators or videos, anything. If you're not verified, you're not allowed on there anymore. Now,
you don't have a blue check mark, you're out.
I understand why they did it. I get it. I completely get it. It makes perfect sense, okay? Because they want to get rid of, all the fucked up things on Pornhub, which I can respect that, okay? But also, they should track down these people that are doing that shit to those people and, take care of them. You know what I mean? Castrations, hangings,
public
guillotines.
Whatever you
got to do, okay? Because that's fucked up. So I am not against this move. I am disappointed in this move because the fact that they had to do this to try to protect people is very sickening and sad. Now, with that note, we are currently in the movements to find out how we can get verified without actually doing anything like that. What that particular website is notable for. Once we can get verified, our move is to be the only podcast on Pornhub that has nothing to do with porn.
The premier cleanup
podcast.
So after you're done with all that depravity and you want to listen to something, but you got to clean your walls because shit's everywhere,
right?
That's what you do. You
exactly.
Talk about shot putting, baby, comic books, and whatever the fuck else you decide to talk about that
day. Amen.
Amen.
Well, actually, apparently now it's a woman too. I'm not even sure where that even came from. What in the amen means so it be. Has nothing to do with gender, and
it comes from the Latin.
And it comes from it's like the fact that it has the word men in it is irrelevant. It is just a word that means so it be, and the fact that this person said that just hurts my feelings. It astounds me.
I mean, listen, we don't need to make religion any more wacky than it already is. So,
right.
Yeah.
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 So the last Ronin, fellas.
Yeah, that we read like 2 months ago, and we've been waiting on your sorry ass to read. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. You have been waiting on my sorry ass to read it, and I have read it now, and it was a great read. I'm not gonna lie, I still will always love the first Batman crossover the most with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but they always do something cool with them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
I don't know, and the God, just from that one comic run I was talking about, we must have read it a couple years ago. I think it came out around the Rebirth time. The scene when they're sliding down like Wayne Manor or whatever, and Alfred's there with all the pizzas, and,
Yeah.
and he knocks him over, and there's pizza everywhere. I fucking love it.
Yeah, no, the Batman Turtles crossover comics were really fun to read. When I read them all those years ago, and my favorite part is how Master Splinter deals with the mutated Arkham Asylum inmates, and he handles them with just epicness. Like by the end of the fight, Master Splinter is sitting on top of a pile of like the Riddler and all those other people, bodies piled in a pile, and he's got Harley's mallet he's been using as a weapon, just kind of sitting next to him as he sits there like, I got this. Y'all go handle Shredder. All right.
That reminds me, sitting on a thing of bodies like that. That reminds me of the Walking Dead comic book when what's his face gets stuck in the gymnasium, and everyone thinks he's dead, and then they come back and he's all the zombies are dead. And he's just sitting on top of them.
The real
you guys would get back.
The real Tyrese, not that sad,
The real
pathetic
Tyrese.
excuse for Tyrese that they put in the TV show where he was like, I don't like violence. I like the actor, but they destroyed that character in this show, and it makes me really sad because Tyrese was an amazing character. An amazing character. Who got done did wrong. He got done did wrong.
Did me wrong.
They done did him wrong.
I stopped watching that show after season 2. But speaking of The Walking Dead, one of my favorite epic rap battles or whatever is when Walter White and Rick
Walter
Grimes
White versus Rick
rap
Grimes.
battling or whatever. Yep, that
Yeah.
one. And Walter's last language. Walter's last line is "No one saw Shane coming except for your wife," and that is just fucking creative.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. Shout out to Epic Lloyd. Or Epic Lloyd and Nice Peter, right? That's them.
Yep, that's him.
Yeah.
They should give us a shout out.
Epic
Probably use Battles of History.
That's funny. Some good shit now, you hear? It's really good shit.
How's everyone doing? How's you guys' week been? I haven't. It's been like a month. I've been super busy with college and stuff. So how's it been going? How's work? You too?
Work?
How's the family?
Work's good. Family's good. So Friday I had a meeting because I'm part of the wellness committee, wellness group. I don't know. Basically, like we're a bunch of people who work for the company, and we're trying to figure out a way that corporate doesn't corporatize the job and drive people away. And we submit ideas, and then they can A, accept them, or B, tell us we're stupid and we don't know our place, blah, blah, blah. So far, they've actually been really receptive to the couple ideas we've submitted. So that's really nice.
Damn.
Yeah. I have a feeling that a lot of the ideas we're going to come up with and submit, they're going to go along with. Some of them they're not. I don't know.
What are these sorts of ideas? Is it like policy to the workplace? Is it rules?
Well, currently, like right now, we're going to open up a racial,
intergenerational.
No. Intercompany. There we go. Intercompany chat room for everybody. I mean, everybody's going to be thrown in there, and this chat room is not going to be specifically for work. Okay, it will not just be for work. It will be for us to communicate with each other, to get to know all the other techs and kind of mingle, so that we even though we are cities apart, states apart from each other, they still want to give us the chance to get to know each other, and that way we can form a larger community. That is the company. Tony can vouch for this. I am known in this company. Okay, I did not mean to get known, but I am known.
He just likes the company so much that he just randomly became their top earner.
Yes.
Well, that's the way you fucking do it, man.
I am the number
so you're
one.
enjoying the work too, then, Kelly, huh?
Oh, dude, I love the work. It's amazing.
That's awesome, man.
Oh, God, it's.
I don't know if I've heard you be like this enthusiastic about a job.
I haven't. I haven't.
Yeah. That's awesome, though.
Like and it's something that I'm good at. I like to repair things. I like to, it's a hands-on computer repair, and I love it.
You're a regular Anakin
Bless you.
Skywalker with those things.
Yeah, I am.
You like to tinker.
Yep, I really do.
He just needs to get a new converter from the Hashi station every so often.
Exactly. Exactly. Just don't put your hand in there; it'll make you go numb.
Well, if we're already on Tatooine anyway, we should shoot some womp rats too.
Yeah, right. So I'm sitting there at this meeting, and we're wrapping up the meeting. We're talking about some things, and so on and so forth. And the guy who's running it, which rather humorfully is Tony's boss, he's like, yeah, we're up here at K1 today, and I'm like, K1. I will wait until the end of this conversation, then to the end of the meeting to deploy my idea. And so we get to the end of it. Everybody's saying bye. I'm like, yo, hey. Can you move around with your tablet? With your device? And he's like, yeah, it's just my Microsoft Surface. I'm like, okay, cool. He's like, why? I said, because my best friend works there. And he's like, who's your best friend? I'm like, it's Tony. And he's like, oh. And he's like, I can't promise you a long conversation. He's like, I don't even want a long conversation. I just want to say hi. So they're like, all right, hold on. And you see them stand up and they grab the tablets, right? And you can hear them chuckling like idiots, right? Because we're about to go and just bust in on Tony while he's working. And so we hear his boss go, hey, Tony. And Tony's like, yeah? And turns around and there's this screen and Tony has this like deer caught in the headlight look going, hi. And we're all like 5 other people are all yelling hi along with me. And he looks so boggled and confused. He's hiding in his desk trying to I can't get any further low. Please go away. What's going on here? And we all started laughing.
There's 10 eyes.
Stop paying attention to me.
I just want to bask in my obscurity.
So that was my point of view. I got off and was laughing about it as I walked back to work. So that's where Tony's going to pick up his point of view.
Yeah, so basically what happens is I'm sitting there working on my devices for the day, trying to be a good little soldier boy, not standing out, doing my work, hitting my quotas, all that kind of good stuff. And then all of a sudden I hear my boss call out my name. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Did I do something wrong? Did I not clock in at the right time? Did I skip an email? I'm still kind of somewhat fresh with the company, so I'm still trying to mind my P's and Q's as hard as I can.
Mm-hmm.
So he shows up and he's carrying a device. I'm like, wait, did I screw up a device that I took down? Did I fuck up somewhere? And he turns it towards me and asks, do you know Kelly? And, oh God.
Yeah.
Because this isn't the first time that some random employee who I've either known or haven't met yet has asked me, do I know Kelly? My boss walks up to me with tablet in hand, flips it around, and I'm being FaceTimed with my boss, their bosses, and Kelly just up in the top right-hand corner, just the biggest shit-eating grin on his face.
That's gonna be fun. I gotta say, that's what's been so great about fucking being in Florida. Because you guys know I don't have a lot of friends up in Illinois under COVID and shit. So it's just been nice being
Mhm.
around my best friend and stuff, and just human interaction's healthy, boys. Really do be.
Bet.
It is.
Bet.
Bet.
Did I taint both of you with that?
Hmm?
Ryu, do you say bet now?
Yeah. Sometimes.
I know Kelly was giving me shit for it a couple months ago.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. All right. What else? What the hell else is
But-
going on in my life?
but no, that-
let's
Hold on. So that was fucking hilarious. You know, I get into the car because we had to stick after and finish up some things at the end of the day before we could leave, and I wanted to take care of some things before I got out because it was about an hour I was in that meeting where I wasn't working, and of course I did more than everybody that day, as I always do, and that's okay. Still, and that's okay. I'm not worried about it because what I want is for the facility to get a nice fat stinky check at the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? So if I bust my ass and make some massive numbers and my facility and then everybody in the facility gets a nice big stinky check, that's a good thing. That's what Kelly wants, right? So I get in there and knock it all out. I get in the car and I call him, and Tony's like, "Ah ha ha! You think you're really funny, smartass."
Now, see, what I said to him was, I don't get as much people doting on me as like a Jewish mother as much as you do.
That too.
Have you seen
yeah,
my
yeah,
son
Kelly,
Tony
the
yet? He's so adorable. He works very hard.
Have you met Tony? Oh my god! I have got to tell you about Tony.
I told him when he got this job that you know, he's my best friend. I love him. If I can help take care of him, I'll take care of him. You know, he's literally, he's like, I don't want to ride your coattail, and I'm like, I don't give a shit. Jump on the coattail, asshole.
Hop on, bitch. We're going places.
We're going places.
Basically, I'm like, I'm trying to do stuff on my own merits. I don't want to be that guy. He's just like, be the guy.
Be that guy.
Be the
Be
guy.
that guy, Tony.
Oh.
Shit. That's fun that you guys are at a decent job and stuff, though. I've just been door dashing.
Yeah.
That shit's easy. I like that. Smell stinks up the car a little bit, but you know, hey, what do? We fucking spray some Axe.
All right.
Keep on going. Listen to some Grateful Dead. Trucking.
So, what have you been up to besides you're back in DC? You're back in Florida.
Yeah, I'm back in Florida. I'm gonna stay through the month. My birthday's this month, so I'll be able to celebrate my 21st with my friends. That'll be
Happy
fun.
early birthday. Congrats on being finally legal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I cannot wait to have my alcohol. It's gonna be great. And that was me being sarcastic. And then what else?
We know.
What's going on? I got the college stuff squared away. I start school in 9 days, so one more semester up north, and then I will officially be back on my depraved, phallically shaped peninsula I call home, Florida. And yeah, that's pretty much that. Been reading comics, been catching up. Let's talk about The Mandalorian, boys. Did we all finish it?
Real quick.
Yeah.
I just had to look up something because I had no clue what it was. But
Yeah.
does anybody know what QAnon is?
QAnon is that crazy, like far-right
QAnon
group
is
that's
something that
been-
spawned from 4chan, and that means it is something not important enough to pay attention to. Let's move on.
Let me read the Wikipedia definition. Hold on. This is worth the moment here.
Okay.
QAnon is a disproven and discredited far-right conspiracy theory alleging that a cabal of Satan worshipping cannibalistic pedophiles is running a global child sex trafficking ring and plotting against U.S. President Donald Trump, who is fighting the cabal.
Like I said, something that spawned from 4chan and therefore has no credibility and we should not pay attention to. Let's move
That
on.
Can you
is
guys stop laughing at my
hilarious.
face? I put a lot of time into that.
I
Jesus,
wish-
guys.
I wish I could come up with something that fucking insane.
Yeah,
They
Trouble
truly
on
believe
Shakedown
Donald
tweeted
Trump is
that.
their Lord and Savior.
Okay,
Mm.
it's weird. People have put that dude on such a high pedestal
Right.
that like they're
Moving
deifying him.
on. Who cares about the
Archetype.
orange
Let
man?
me say something real quick about the orange man who's about to
The
leave
orange-haired
office finally.
orangutan?
The orange can of Fanta
The
that
orange
somehow
can.
became president.
Right.
When he ran for office the first time in 2016, and people were lining up and whatnot and voting, Dave Chappelle said something interesting. He said that he saw all these truckers and these people with the MAGA hats and whatnot all lined up, and well, obviously you're not so morally you're not supposed to ask who you're voting for on voting day or whatever. But he decided, fuck it, I'm gonna ask him, and he says, they obviously their answer was, I'm voting for Trump. Dave's like, why are you voting for him? And he's like, cause he's fighting for us. To
He don't
which,
give
of
a fuck
course,
about
Dave
anything else.
Chappelle laughed at him at their faces. He said, you idiots. He's not fighting for you. You are poor. He's
He
fighting
doesn't
for
care.
me.
If you guys look at that link I just sent, and if you Google orange-haired orangutan, Donald Trump's the third result.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and the funny story about that is Bill Maher called him an orange-haired orangutan. He's the one who coined that, and Trump sued him for $5 million for defamation of character. And when they got to the court system, it was obviously dropped because the whole thing was ridiculous. And the judge was like, "Can you not muddle up our legal system with this?"
Right?
Trump is not afraid of issuing a slap suit just because it'll make someone shut up.
All right, so
because of the insane amount of money involved.
So to continue on with absurd and stupid things that are going on currently at Netflix, Cobra Kai broke out. Cobra Kai is pretty fucking awesome if you haven't watched it. Now its whiteness is under a new spotlight. Apparently, SJWs are crying because there's no Asian people in Cobra Kai. And I'm sitting here going, what? This is, yeah, right? Because they're upset because Johnny is white and Ralph is white, but he's tan. He's Italian.
He is Italian.
I mean, do we call people Italian are white, even though he's like?
Well, yeah, they are white, but
he's really tan.
I don't know. They're from.
He would be more an Islander color. Middle Eastern-ish. Not really Middle Eastern.
You're thinking olive type kind of like.
Yeah, the olive complexion, because he has a severe. He's got like a heavy olive complexion.
Yeah, so the peoples living in that across the Afro-Eurasian landmass, especially around the Mediterranean, that's where you get those olive.
Mediterranean. There we go.
That's where you get those olive-skinned people from from Greece, and then all the way over on the Italian peninsula. Although that's well into Europe, they still have that kind of complexion and stuff.
But it just boggles my mind that people are actually complaining about this, and it's probably not really people. It's just probably like 2 or 3 small groups.
10 people with a keyboard.
10 people with a keyboard.
This is the squeaky wheels looking to get some oil.
What's even funnier is the terminology Latinx. No Latino person I have ever met. Hold on a minute. No Latino person I have ever met will use that term because they think it's stupid. That is literally a white person's term.
I think it's stupid.
That is literally a white person's thing, right there.
Yeah, Latinx. I've never heard of that phrase Latinx until I started watching the new episodes of Mr. Iglesias on Netflix.
Okay.
The comedian Gabriel Iglesias' new show.
Fluffy.
Fluffy. There you go. It's Fluffy.
Oh, he looks so good now.
He's lost a lot of weight. So what did Fluffy have to say about it?
It was actually a topic of one of the episodes where
really
one of his students the talkative Latin girl who's like super extra.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm gonna get a lot of letters. Don't care. Anyway, she brings up the topic of how the phrase is supposed to be Latinx now because Latino is sexist, and Gabriel's I'm paraphrasing, but Gabriel's character was obviously just called Gabriel or Mr. Iglesias
Hmm.
because it's his show. He looks at her and goes, "Well, for centuries, Latino has been the word because it's Spanish or something like that.
Yeah. Well,
It's
yeah.
an actual word."
Is Latin.
I will
Is
have to.
Latinx specifically
It's
the
supposed to
New
be an
World,
include. Okay,
New
Latin.
World peoples, or
No, it was created by.
is it like
It was
Spanish
created by
people
white
too?
people.
No,
See,
I no. What is it? What are they trying to apply the nomenclature
It
to?
well, see,
Latin.
here's the thing:
Okay.
Latino is masculine, Latina is
Yeah.
feminine, but the general consensus when speaking to a person of Latin American descent, is Latino.
Hmm.
They
Okay.
use that as a blanket term for Hispanic people and whatnot. So recent people, SJWs and all the like, said, "Well, that's sexist. I'm not a man or whatever, and why don't we just make it a gender neutral term, Latinx?"
So right, white
Yeah.
people thought this
Oh
way.
White
yeah,
people doing dumb shit. Okay.
people complaining more than they should.
Yeah, because like I said, I've never seen out of several of my Latino friends, I've never seen a single one of them complain about being called Latinos. It is like not even remotely close. They get more
One
upset
of
about
those
other
friends.
things,
Yeah, I've never
terms.
complained about.
Yeah,
It's
but
not even an offensive word.
no, it's not.
It's really not, because I went to a fucking Catholic school and people knew my last name, so they'd call me all sorts of shit, and I don't
Right?
even look it at all. And I don't know. It's just it's nuts. Although I mean, here's the thing, right? Native Americans and like stuff like the Redskins. I've
Mm.
read that actual Native Americans really don't give a fuck about that. What they care about is what happened to them at this country's, you know,
Mhm.
dawning. You
Yeah.
know, they're mad at those ways they got fucked. They're not really that mad at the sports team.
No.
White people do this thing where they want to think for other people, and they don't have the context for it. They don't live that life. They're not that thing. I
No.
guess it's not even. It doesn't even come off as a pure intention to me. It comes off as them trying to make noise. You know, trying
Yeah.
to say something. It doesn't seem like it's
Look,
something they
I am.
genuinely care about.
Look,
It's like-
I am virtue signaling. I'm trying to help you. I am your ally. Oh
I am
no.
such a good
there's
person.
a right way and a wrong way to be an ally, and this is one of the wrong ways.
Right.
Like, I understand if if people were using a word or a phrase that was offensive,
Hmm.
and the thing to do is to get people to stop using the offensive word. But in cases like this is fixing a problem that wasn't really a problem.
Yes, this is fixed.
Yeah.
This is like Twitch removing blind playthrough because it might offend the blind people.
Yeah, have you heard about that
What
bullshit?
the
Yes.
It's ableist.
It's so bad that I
speech.
believe it, though. It's so bad that I believe it because shit like, what are we talking about right now? Like,
I just
fucking bored, man.
I heard that and I'm sitting here going, as a person who is technically blind without his glasses, I am insulted that you removed blind playthrough. What if
Listen,
I
man,
wanted to play without glasses? I would be a blind playthrough.
I mean, fucking, how many blind people are playing video games? I know developers are trying to be as inclusive as possible by putting in all sorts of features and whatnot, but if you can't even see,
exactly.
how are you playing a video game?
And question, Ryu, who the fuck said anything? if no one would have said that it said blind playthrough,
I
there wouldn't be a
actually,
It was some
hold,
rando
hold
on
on,
Twitter.
hold on,
didn't see
hold
it.
on, hold on.
Some
Yeah.
fucktard.
I actually know the story behind this. Okay.
Okay.
Because I got slightly caught up in it because I saw the question. Okay, somebody who works for Twitch tweeted out, happy to see Twitch has listened to everyone who shared feedback and removed the blind playthrough tag to encourage more inclusive language of our community. And I'm sitting here going, I never saw any feedback or anything, and I asked, I said, question, what's the issue with blind playthrough? And this person tweeted back to me, that's a wonderfully insightful and thorough there's a wonderfully insightful and thorough thread you can read about it here. Okay. So the person who started this thing is Steven Spawn, I believe. He is, okay, straight up, Steven Spawn is COO at Able Gamers. Okay.
Mhm.
Motivational, inspiring Iron Man guy trying to make it. He is a disabled individual in a wheelchair. He went on to he makes a lot of peripherals. Thank you, for
No problem,
people who are disabled and want to play video games. Okay, the company he has, noble cause. Okay, 100%. I'm behind this dude doing what he does, but I take issue with this. So somebody asks, a couple of things, and here's the tweet that brought up the entire thing. Blind playthrough or going in blind can easily be replaced by saying no spoiler playthrough or undiscovered or first. A blind playthrough would be turn off your monitor, and that's not what most mean. Okay, so here's the deal. That's not true at all. A blind playthrough, blind also means without information.
Yeah, we're going in blind.
We're going in blind. We do not know what's there. So that blind has nothing to do with visual. In context, ladies and gentlemen, context is a very important thing, okay? Especially with a complicated, convoluted, bonzo-ass like language as English, okay? Context is key. If you do not, then, call the children to eat. Whereas if you don't put a fucking comma in it, it means a whole different thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
that's
how that started, is he said something about it, and all the white people, let's be honest, the white people took off with it.
White people.
Took off with it and basically, strong-armed Twitch into removing blind playthrough. And now we have just stupidity all around.
Here, let me ask you guys about this. Not to bring up politics and bullshit, but I am curious. Do you think shutting down the Trump Twitter was good or bad?
That idiot should have been shut down 4 years ago
for
the sake of his political career.
Office.
Yes.
Okay.
For the sake of his political career. Okay. Which he shouldn't have one in the first place. But damn, it would have helped him a lot. It would have. God almighty.
If we wanted a rich dumbass to run for office, we would have voted for Ross Perot a long time ago, and we didn't.
Exactly. The biggest reason that Trump won is because somebody did not check his Twitter feed, and he became the king of memes. Okay.
Genuinely, like it. Literally, if you guys go, there's this like whole string of him just shitting on Mac Miller. It's one of Mac Miller's first big songs was called Donald Trump, and it's a song about the American dream, but it makes fun of him a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Good song or whatever. But a lot of people thought that it was complimentary of Trump, and somehow Mac liked him, and Mac would tear on him all the time. And there's at least 8 tweets, right, from Trump, and it's like, hey, little, and he always calls people little. It's so funny. Hey, little at Mac Miller, I'm gonna sue you for $5 million. Just bullshit. And it's this whole compilation of it. And you look through these tweets, man, and it's like they're so Ambien riddled. Like, that's what they seem like. Just middle of the fucking night. You don't know what you're doing. If anyone here has taken Ambien, you know that you'll fucking end up in the yard making pancakes over a fucking fire out of nowhere, right?
If you're not
If
careful.
you're not careful. If you give an asshole a fucking who's the president an outlet to talk to everybody, weird shit's gonna happen. And it's just like, oh my god! Could you imagine what what it would be like to work in that guy's cabinet when he's doing all this dumb shit? You actually care about the country and you're trying to do your job.
We know what happened.
I'd be like, what the fuck is this? This is the Twilight Zone.
We know what it's like. We already know what happened. They all got fired over tweet. They got fired via tweet, and were called. What's his favorite phrase to call people that he fires? Disgruntled employees.
I feel like Trump's the most disgruntled person you could probably meet, right?
He's a disgruntled employer.
Yeah, man.
So back to the original point was somebody got upset because the main cast of Cobra Kai besides Miguel is white. And I'm sitting here thinking Cobra Kai is about Johnny and Daniel years later. It is about them and what happened to them, which, you know, what Johnny's a white dude. Daniel's more or less a white dude. He's Mediterranean. Okay.
Exactly.
His character is white, but the actor is.
Well, no, not even that. Daniel was Italian. Even Daniel was Italian. Okay.
Although I don't know if Italian's technically Mediterranean. Is it?
Well, he has the very
Mediterranean Sea.
I should know this.
Let's see, Ralph. Anyway, so the thing is it's like, let's just Google this shit and get it done with.
My
right?
history degree's bitching at me. Yeah, they're totally Mediterranean. The Mediterranean Sea.
Even better. His father is half Italian, half Greek, and his mother is Italian.
Okay, so he's
Mediterranean.
Okay,
he's Mediterranean as fuck.
Yes, he's Mediterranean as fuck. Yeah, and if you look at him, he's got that coloring of people from the Mediterranean area. So the fact that they're complaining about there not being an Asian person as the main cast because it's about karate, ladies and gentlemen, you know, is retarded. Not retarded. I shouldn't say that because it's not slow. It's stupid. There we go. There's a better word. It's stupid.
It's dumb
because
as fuck.
The story is about these two men. This story is about them and the people that surround them. Okay.
Well, dude, they got mad at remember when they made Batman Batwoman wasn't Jewish, so everyone freaked out? Was that the situation?
Batman wasn't. What? Batwoman was never Jewish.
Batwoman was her Jewish in the show, maybe, and people got mad about it.
I don't know. Did they?
Let me stop talking out of my ass.
I didn't.
What's her name? What Kane? What I know the last name's Kane. What's
Katie Kane.
First name? Batwoman. Katie Kane. Okay.
Cassandra's Batgirl.
Yeah, Cassandra's Batgirl. Well, new Batgirl.
Yeah, one of the Batgirls.
The badass Batgirl trained by the League of Assassins.
Dude, she is the best.
I like her.
I do too. She is just like so angry sometimes.
And now she also has the powers of a Green Lantern or Shazam.
Well, for now, maybe.
For now.
All right, Wonder Woman #2. Has anyone
for the foreseeable future?
The 1984.
Yeah.
Trash.
It was slow. Okay.
Okay. It's not garbage, but
It sounds like it's not the first one. The first one was fucking dope.
Compared to the first one,
great.
Compared to the first one, this one is meh. It was slow. It was like that. You can tell they tried to put a lot
of unnecessary exposition.
Yes,
it really was. Like there was so much happening, and she raped some dude randomly. There was so much happening.
Oh, there's a big discussion about that one.
Hold on. Let me finish before we get in that. Okay. So listen, the story was good.
Yeah.
it had great like bones to it. Absolutely fantastic bones to it. I enjoyed my experience with it 100%. I'll probably watch it again. But it was slow and it got boring at some point. Now, Steve coming back was
Mhm.
just some of the funniest shit in the world.
Unnecessary.
It was funny though.
It was
Okay.
funny, but wholly unnecessary. And
Yes.
He went out
very
like a
awkward.
badass in the last one. They should have left that. Now,
Well,
can we get to the boning? What
hold
happened?
on. He's part of this particular portion of the story. So, how Steve comes back is a big part of the plot. Okay.
Steve.
But when he comes back, he's not in his body. He's actually in the body of some other man. And they have sex. So, technically, this dude got raped by Wonder Woman.
Hold up. What? I need you to dial it down about 80% and go a lot slower there. So, did she know it was Trevor?
Oh, she knew it was
see,
Steve
here's
Trevor.
here's the weird shit. Okay. When she first saw him,
She saw the dude.
She saw the dude.
Yeah.
But after he did the whole "I'm gonna say this one line to jog your memory about our past relationship" thing,
Yep.
he turns into Chris Pine.
Which, I mean, I wish every dude could do that. I'd be doing it all the time because, I mean, Chris Pine's fucking gorgeous. Have you
He's a
not seen
very-
him? I mean, come on, man. Let's be honest. If you could
All
do
right,
it, wouldn't you, Tony?
He's no Chris
Hold up.
Hemsworth, but you know.
Yeah, but out of the Chris's, he's got pretty right. Honestly, I think they should take Pratt, they should put Hemsworth, they should put Pine, and they should put Evans in like a pit and throw random weapons in there and let them to fight to see who the Chris Prime is. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't have to be to the doesn't have to be the death to the death. Okay, I mean to be incapacitated, but then you just let them fight to determine the Chris Prime. Anyways, continue with what you're saying.
Somebody make a T-shirt out of that. I want to see it.
And whoever wins that lays all the eggs for the next Mars colony.
Right,
Anyway,
exactly.
So here's my question: how is that? So she knew she was. I don't understand how that's rapey. What am I missing?
Okay, here's the thing. Throughout the
Yeah.
movie, she sees him as Trevor, her boyfriend.
Okay.
But everybody else sees Wonder Woman walking around with some rando.
Yeah.
So the only way that we can know that she is talking to Trevor is because she is visualizing his voice and his appearance. Where in reality, she's literally just talking to some random dude he happens to be inhabiting.
Yep.
And so,
Yeah, but dude, my money's that even that other dude would be down to fuck Wonder Woman. You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
but he didn't have a
I'm not
choice.
saying he wouldn't say no, but he didn't have a choice in the matter. And number two,
Yeah.
once they do the whole "well, you can't have everything"
Yeah.
realization, dude gets his memories back, and he gets his body back, but he doesn't get the recollection of everything that happened when he was being possessed.
In another body.
Basically, he loses his memory one night going to bed, wakes up like a week later with the world in utter fucking chaos, standing in the middle, like in front of a building where he has no clue what's going on, and like a week or two is missing of his
And
life.
he's wearing clothes that he's never
Damn.
worn in his life.
But
Yep.
hold up. Could you imagine going on a bender and fucking Wonder Woman in a different body?
But he won't remember it.
He won't.
Oh.
That's the worst part. He won't remember. He probably would
Damn.
never say no because sex with an Amazon.
Listen, hold
God,
up,
Right.
hold up. I
Death
gotta
by
admit
snooze.
though, I gotta admit
He
though,
never got to experience that part.
It's probably okay he doesn't remember, because I can admit this. I'm a fast shooter, okay? I'd have been a little embarrassed, okay?
It's all right.
If
It's
in
all
30
right. It's
seconds,
okay.
I'd have been like, oh, fuck. I mean, you know? So maybe it's good he doesn't remember. Shit. That's a little ominous, though. I did have a key question, though. Was she in a priest's outfit?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, then, that's not that bad, then.
This wasn't the bow your head and pray and take some of this juice, baby.
What?
So pretty much she kidnaps and rapes a dude in this movie. Because if the shoes were on the other feet, everybody would be screaming this. You know that, right?
Yeah. Oh,
if
dude,
it was Wonder Man talking to his girlfriend's ghost through this other woman's body, hell would have broken loose.
Yes. Yes, it would have.
Chaos would have broken loose. All right, let's talk about the Mandalorian, boys. We finish it.
I still haven't seen it.
Okay, see, I watched that last episode, and it was glorious, beautiful, and amazing. I cried. I teared up.
Can I tell you something?
There were manly tears shed, and that moment, whenever Cara Dune turned around and said, "Oh, look, it's a lone X-wing. We're saved." She had no
Bitch,
fucking
shut up.
clue.
We know exactly who it is, dude. No, and so when I cried. I'll admit that. Boys who cry. We've all seen that SpongeBob episode. But here's the thing. There was a leak months when they were shooting season 2, right at the end of it, and it was the Mando, and he had obviously his very reflective armor, and there was a ton of he had a green reflection on his chest piece, right? And he's in that control room. I called it was Luke because my argument was he's either standing in front of Luke or he's at a grow house with Space Weed. And I don't think it's that one. I'm pretty sure it's Luke. And then you saw that lone X-Wing, and pause it, you can see the blue on R2's head.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just like, fuck. Oh, my God. And when R2... Dude, R2 and Grogu are going to be the best
Grogu?
of buddies.
Yes.
Yeah. They're going to be the best of buddies. He starts beeping and shit.
Yep. Well, see, Kevin Smith actually had a really good point in this, and it was R2 was the gateway for Star Wars for a lot of people. You're like, oh, this is space. Oh, look at the cute, robot. It's adorable. Oh my God, I love it. He helped bring in the fans. He helped maintain the fans. Grogu is like the R2 for this generation.
Yeah, and you know what? If there was one good thing about the sequels, it was BB-8.
BB-8 was awesome, but not
BB-8
as
was awesome. He had so many gadgets and shit.
But not as cool as Grogu. I will punch a fucker.
Dude, this is Star Wars. It's a proper space spaghetti western, and they're doing it right now, and I appreciate the fuck out of it.
And somebody,
a couple tough, and guess what? Kathleen Kennedy's on her way out, which is fucking
even better.
Good.
Because she's the one nobody wants to see Luke. Nobody cares about Luke, and we're all sitting there. Yeah, right. Because she was the reason why they shit on Luke so hard in the movies, and we're like, we want to see Luke. We want to see badass Luke, not this discombobulated. Yeah, it is all getting retconned, thank God. And
damn well good.
And finally, we get this epic fucking moment of. Hold on. Yes, dear. I know, babe. I know. Relax. I'm almost done.
Something I really appreciated was with it's slipping. Luke, he looked good. I'm happy that they didn't go fully hooded. I like that.
They should have done a deep fake instead of what they did
I think they should have done a deep fake. Yeah.
Yeah, the deep fake would have been a lot better.
You watch deep fake and it's cool as shit.
It looks a lot cleaner too. What was I gonna say? That
oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, so you get and so we finally got what we wanted after all these years of Luke showing the fuck up and being the badass motherfucker that we know he is. Yeah. Like when he comes rolling up in there and you got the Death Troopers thinking they're about to fuck this thing up, and he's just making light work of them like they're nothing.
Force crushing them.
Oh my God, that last one, he's like, and it's like, yes, this is, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm fucking OP. I'm a Skywalker.
I present to you, motherfucking Luke Skywalker, and he just showed you how much of a bitch you are.
I loved how they mirrored the Rogue One hallway scene.
Yes.
With Vader. It was so cool.
Dude.
It was so fucking cool.
You have to watch it, Tyg, as soon as you can. As soon as you can, you need to watch
it. You
need
a password, Ben?
He has already got one.
Okay, cool.
I've got so many things to catch up on and to fucking get started. Fuck, I've not even started the last season of Attack on Titan, man. I'm falling behind.
Listen, dude, Mandalorian is number one. That's what you need to worry
It's
about.
number one because it's
Fine.
actual Star Wars.
Okay.
It's the best.
I
it's ever
will.
been.
I will
There's one more thing
put
I
it
wanted
on
to
the
say about
radar.
sequels. They're for as fucked up as they were, and this is what I loved that comment Luke made. Right, training. What is it? Talent is nothing without training. He's
Yep.
making fun of Rey there. It's the same thing with Grogu and
Grogu.
Sorry. And I don't know. There's something interesting about all that because it's like there was so much potential in those sequels. Poe was cool. Rey was cool. Who's Finn was cool, and they did all that stuff where they were alluding to Finn being force sensitive, and what nothing ever happened with it.
Yeah, that's Kathleen Kennedy's fault. They basically made Rey into a Mary Sue, which makes me really sad because Rey had possibilities. They
So did Leia. What the fuck was that Mary Poppins fly, boys?
Dude,
Fuck.
I loved the Leia space fly. I don't care what anybody says. The Leia space
Oh my
fly
God.
was the greatest.
Dude, I just wanted the
Leia's
scene where
in
Luke is training her on Dagobah.
space.
Nuts. I wish. Oh man, wish that would have happened.
That was just awesome. So
There's okay. Go ahead.
they ruined Finn's story. Finn should have had so much more of a story. I was really
Finn
excited
got
to see.
fucking robbed.
He did,
Robbed, man.
and so did what's her face, Rose.
Rose got robbed.
Rose
Yep.
got dude.
Fucking
They
even
were terrible to that fucking poor actor.
yeah.
Oh my
The
God.
people need to stop being pieces of shit to actors
What
and
the
stuff like that.
fuck?
And a lot of it, I blame Kathleen Kennedy and the fact that they just didn't stick with it. As much as I hate to say it, they do not have the same power that Lucas had back in the day when he got Ivan Kershner to direct the second Empire Strikes Back, and then who the hell Return of the Jedi? Who did Return of the Jedi? Return of the Jedi.
It's Favreau and Filoni just so much
Listen,
better of
okay.
a job. They really
Richard
Marquand.
Marquand did Return of the Jedi, okay?
Mhm.
But they were all being guided by George Lucas, okay? He said, this is what it is, make it happen. Instead of letting, Abrams tell all three stories, they were like, well, Rowan's just going to take over from here. And what's your idea? It doesn't fucking matter. That's why we got that absurd second movie, which was fine. It just should have been better. Okay.
And then we got the weird beginning of the third ending. Guess what? Some shit that you didn't expect to happen, it happened.
Right? Oh, and
It happened in a completely different form of media.
Yeah. You know how they're going to retcon Rey being a Skywalker, right?
How's that?
Emperor
I
Palpatine.
thought she was a Kenobi. What the titties? What
No,
happened?
she's a Palpatine. She's a Palpatine. She's a Palpatine. She's a granddaughter. She's Palpatine. With the new retcon, from what I've heard, I do not have verified sources. I am not a verified source. I'm not even a good source for Star Wars shit. But from what I've heard, Palpatine found Luke's hand, and they integrated Luke's hand, and portions of Anakin's DNA with Palpatine's DNA into Rey's father. So thus, genetically, makes Rey a Palpatine Skywalker.
See, I'm fine with that.
Oh my God, she's a
so
Star
good.
Wars clone Force baby.
She's technically not. She's the baby of a clone.
She's the baby of a clone. Wait.
Oh
No. Never mind. I was thinking of Boba and Jango. Never mind. No.
I forgot the name of this.
She is not a clone.
She is the progeny of a clone.
Yes, her father was the progeny of a clone of Palpatine that had Luke and Anakin's DNA mixed into it. That is what I have heard. And you know something? With all the absurd bullshit that's been going on in Star Wars, I'll accept it. Fuck it. Bring it on.
Fuck it.
So we're getting basically we're getting a Superboy Prime situation.
Sort of, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I read a great it's a legend, not Elseworlds. And it's shortly after the destruction of the Death Star. Luke and a rebel commander get stuck on an island on a planet, and they're waiting for reinforcements, and they have to survive. And they
I
get
I actually read
saved.
that book. It's really
I
good.
know, it's great. They get saved by a Phase 1 clone that has no fucking clue what happened to the Republic. He still thinks it's Republic separatists going on. And there's a great, like, 2-page panel in there where all the movies are described, 1 through 6.
Yeah.
And it's a great comic book. And the most badass thing about it is they end up putting the clone in a stormtrooper armor, and the Imperial general that always detects stuff, right, starts asking them all these questions, right?
Mhm.
Who's your commanding officer? Dude rips out his gun and yells "Shock T" and blows his head off.
Nice.
Amazing. And then Luke literally flies by and picks him up on his X-wing, and they fly off. It's a great comic. I can't. What issue is that? I want to suggest it to people. It's such a good read.
Well, find it out and put it in the one of the chats, or put it in the chat section on YouTube whenever you find out, so that way everybody can check it
Okay.
out. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this show. It has been a slight roller coaster here and there.
Sorry for the delay, folks.
Yeah,
that was on me,
Between
folks.
episodes.
Sorry about that.
they're going to be spontaneous for a little while, and eventually, maybe depending on if the fourth member can get his life in order to join us, we will be converting it up to 4 nerds and a stack of comics.
In a bigger stack of comic books, people.
That's
Yep.
right. We're expanding.
And you know what we could do, instead of all reading the same thing, is we could all go out in different directions, bring back what we read that week, and tell each other about it.
We're also
Just more content to cover.
me and the fourth member, if when he does join us, we're talking about
Good
bringing
placing.
on a segment called Ask a Brother, so that way people can ask those questions that they're too afraid to ask black people, and we'll have two black people to answer them, while me and GW quietly sit in the background.
Yeah,
And-
Kelly, we're gonna get ourselves in trouble.
So, and I'm not taking credit for creating this segment. It was all GW. It's not all GW. It was all DeQuazy's idea.
Yeah, blame the younger white kid. He has more time to recover.
No. You're white and
G-Dub,
Latinx. Get it
meet
right.
The bus.
What?
G-Dub, meet the bus.
Right.
The bus, G-Dub.
No, it was all DeQuazy's idea. He brought it up to me in a conversation, and I am all about the Ask a Brother segment of this podcast. So, if you guys would like questions, go ahead and start putting them in the comment section for Tony to answer.
Though. Put some writing into it. Make it
Mhm.
interesting.
Put some
And
effort
don't
into
make
it.
it a Googleable answer.
Yeah.
Or a question.
Like-
rather.
Literal questions like, is it okay to drop the N-word if it's a lyric in a song in public, or is that something you should only do in private? You know, is it okay to
That's a
call your
solid
black
no, right?
friends?
Yeah,
How-
listen, I have had black friends on my wrestling team say that, and I'm like, they're like, oh, I'll give you an N. I don't need it. I got a dig. Freak out. I'll call you a fuckface. Really, money. It's like in. But singing along in a rap song, that does raise an interesting question, now doesn't it?
So, you know, and stuff like that. Ask those questions. Those hard questions, white people, you know, that you want to know the answer to. So
What
that
is the
way,
effective countermeasure against a can of Twisted Tea?
right? The cracker smacker.
Oh, fuck. All right, boys. I'm sitting on a log here, so.
All right, go ahead. Whoever wants to close out the show, close out the show. Let me know when you're done.
I opened it. Ryu, go ahead.
Sure, why not? And that, folks, is our episode for today. Thank you for joining us. If you would like to follow us on our respective social medias, you will find them written down in the comments section below or in the description section of the video.
In the doobly-doo.
Now, thanks for watching. Please spread the message so that we may be able to perhaps maybe grow into future endeavors which may lead to bigger and better things. And as always, live long and prosper.
Arrivederci, folks.
Bye.